just hear my voice absorb the depth of the words I'm about to share, because in the next few moments, I'm going to unveil something that has transformed countless lives, something so profound yet so straightforward that you might wonder why you never fully understood it before. I was standing in my office one morning, gazing at my reflection in the window, when a deep realization struck me. Every single day we speak about 600 words. But here's what stopped me in my tracks. How many of those words do we direct at ourselves? More importantly, what are we saying when we do your mind? Is the most intricate technology ever created. It's processing right now as you sit there absorbing every word, every thought, every emotion. But there's something incredible happening that most people never notice. Your mind doesn't just process these words. It believes them, it accepts them as absolute reality. There's a principle in this universe as certain as gravity, yet most people go through life completely unaware of it. The words you speak to yourself in the quiet moments when nobody else is listening, those words are constructing your reality. At this very moment, they're shaping your tomorrow. They're designing your destiny. I've traveled across the globe, engaged with people from all walks of life, discovered something fascinating. The most successful individuals, those who've broken through every limitation, who've shattered every barrier, they all share a common trait. They've mastered the skill of speaking to themselves in a way that creates their future. But here's what makes it even more powerful. This isn't some innate talent they were born with. This isn't a gift reserved for a select few. This is a technique, a method, if you will, that every single person in this room can harness. And I'm going to show you how 3 days, just 3 days, can begin to revolutionize your entire existence. Your brain has built neural pathways over years, perhaps decades. These pathways were shaped by the words you've been telling yourself. Some of you have repeated, "I'm not good enough," for so long that your brain has created a superhighway to that thought. Others have been saying, "I can't afford it," so frequently that your mind automatically takes that route before you even see the price tag. But what if I told you that in just 3 days you could start constructing new pathways? What if I told you that within the next 72 hours you could begin reprogramming the most powerful computer in the universe, your mind? You might think, 3 days? That's unrealistic. But let me ask you something. How long does it take for a seed to start growing once it's planted? The moment it touches fertile soil, something begins to happen. The process of transformation starts immediately, even if you can't see it yet. The same principle applies to your mind. The instant you start speaking new words to yourself, something starts shifting. New neural pathways start forming. New opportunities start emerging. And that's precisely what we're going to explore together. The specific words, the exact phrases, the precise methodology that can begin this transformation in your life. When I first grasped this principle, it shook me to my core. Scientists have confirmed that your brain cannot differentiate between what you vividly imagine and what is actually occurring in reality. Reflect on that for a moment. When you speak to yourself, your brain is literally constructing neural pathways as if that experience is happening right now in this very instant. Say, "I'm exhausted." Your brain immediately starts producing chemicals that make you feel drained. When you tell yourself this is too difficult, your brain starts shutting down pathways to solutions. Your words aren't just sounds, they are commands to your nervous system. They're the blueprint for your biology. Research has demonstrated that your subconscious mind processes about 400 billion bits of information every second. Every single second. Do you know what filter it uses to determine what to focus on your words? The things you consistently tell yourself become the command codes for this supercomputer between your ears. I remember working with a young woman who convinced herself she couldn't succeed in business for years. She told herself, "I'm not good with numbers." As a result, every time she looked at a spreadsheet, her mind would literally shut down. But when we changed her words to, "I'm learning to understand numbers better every day," something extraordinary happened. Within weeks, she was analyzing business reports with confidence. Her words literally rewired her brain's response to numbers. Your mind functions on what I call the construction site principle. Imagine you're building a house. You don't just toss materials around randomly. You follow a blueprint. Your words are the blueprint for your mind. When you say, "I am growing stronger every day," you're not just making a statement. You're laying down the foundation for new neural architecture. Manifestation isn't merely about positive thinking. It's about aligned thinking. Your words must align with the universal laws of growth, transformation. When you tell yourself, "I am in the process of mastering the skill," you're not deceiving yourself. You're giving your brain a direction to move, in a path to follow. Every time you've told yourself, "I can," you've built a wall in your mind. Every time you've said it's impossible, you've dug a trench around your potential. These barriers aren't made of brick and mortar. They're made of words. And words can be altered. I want you to grasp something profound about your mental barriers. They were formed through repetition, and they can be dismantled through repetition. When you constantly told yourself, "I'm not good enough." You didn't believe it the first time, but you repeated it until it became your reality. Now we're going to use that same principle in reverse. A single drop of water may seem powerless against a rock, but when that drop keeps falling in the same spot consistently, persistently, it eventually creates a hole in that rock. Your new words, spoken consistently, will do the same to your mental barriers. They will wear them down until they crumble. Your brain possesses an incredible quality called neuroplasticity, the ability to form new neural connections throughout life. Every time you speak to yourself in a new way, you're not just making noise. You're literally reshaping the physical structure of your brain. You're crafting new pathways for success, new routes for achievement, new highways for prosperity to travel on. And this is why what I am about to share with you next is so critical, because once you comprehend how to use your words systematically, consistently over these 3 days, you're not just modifying your thoughts, you're reconstructing the very foundation of your success. You're not just adjusting your mindset, you're redesigning your destiny. Are you beginning to see the magnitude of what we're discussing here? This isn't just about feeling better. This is about fundamentally rewriting the operating system of your life. And in the next few moments, I'm going to show you exactly how to initiate this 3-day transformation that will revolutionize how you speak to yourself, and in turn, how you experience every aspect of your reality. Have you ever wondered why some changes seem to take forever while others happen almost instantly? Let me share something powerful with you about the number 3. 3 days isn't random. It's a pattern woven into the essence of transformation itself. Just like steel needs to be heated to a specific temperature before it can be reshaped, your mind requires a specific time frame to begin its transformation. The power of 3 days lies in its ability to break the cycle of automatic thinking. Your current thought patterns are like a river that's been flowing in the same direction for years. It's carved deep channels into the landscape of your mind. What makes 3 days so significant, it's long enough to create disruption, but short enough to sustain intense focus. Have you ever noticed how the first day of anything new feels almost impossible? That's because your mind is resisting against years of established patterns. But something extraordinary happens on the second day. The resistance starts to wane, and by the third day, you're not just repeating words, you're starting to embody the transformation. I uncovered this principle while working with high achievers worldwide. I noticed that those who committed to focused change for 3 days experienced what I call breakthrough momentum. It's like trying to push a massive boulder. The first day demands tremendous effort. The second day, it begins to move more smoothly. And by the third day, it's gained such momentum that it can smash through any obstacle. Your mind has been conditioned over years of repetitive thoughts and internal dialogue. Some of you have been running the same mental software for decades, but you can begin to overwrite this programming in just 3 days. Not completely, but enough to establish a new trajectory. The process unfolds like this. On day 1, it might feel as though you're deceiving yourself. Your old patterns will clamor for attention when you declare, I am growing stronger each day. Your past conditioning will attempt to dismiss it. This is expected. This is essential. This is the inception of renewal. On day 2, something subtle but powerful begins to shift. Your mind starts to lose its resistance. It's like a child throwing a tantrum. Eventually, they become exhausted. This is when your new words start finding fertile ground. Mental transformation isn't just about introducing new thoughts. It's about wearing down the resistance to those thoughts. And then comes day 3. This is where the real transformation occurs. Your mind begins seeking validation for your new words instead of instinctively dismissing positive self-talk. It starts searching for proof that what you're saying is accurate. This is the turning point of mental transformation. But let me make one thing very clear. We're not just discussing wishful thinking here. We're diving into deliberate mental reprogramming. Every word you tell yourself during these 3 days must be selected with intent. Every phrase must be crafted to construct new neural patterns. Old mental patterns are like well-worn trails in a dense forest. For years, your mind has instinctively followed these routes. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. It's too difficult. These are the roads most travel in your mental landscape. But here's why the 3-day shift is so powerful. It doesn't attempt to erase these paths overnight. Instead, it forges new, empowering routes. How do we disrupt these patterns? First, we acknowledge their presence. Don't battle them. That only strengthens them. Instead, we carve parallel patterns. When the old path says I can't, we don't argue with it. We simply shift our focus to a new path that states I am developing the capability. Your outdated thought patterns are like a television station that's been airing the same show for years. We're not going to destroy the TV. We're going to switch the channel and keep it on the new frequency consistently for 3 days until your mind starts to prefer the new programming. Breaking old thought cycles isn't about force. It's about focus. It's about constructing such compelling new neural pathways that your mind naturally gravitates toward them. And this is precisely what happens during our 3-day transformation. I am going to give you the precise words, the exact statements that will begin to reshape your mental framework. These aren't just affirmations. They're directives for your subconscious, instructions for your neural networks, the blueprint for your new reality. Are you beginning to grasp the magnitude of what can happen in just 3 days? Can you feel the potential awakening within you? Because what I'm about to share isn't just about which words to use. It's about how to say them in a way that your mind cannot ignore, in a way that makes transformation inevitable. This is where we start crafting the language that will reconstruct your entire existence. The moment you've been waiting for, the exact language that will reshape your reality. But before I reveal these phrases, understand this fundamental principle. Words are not just sounds, they are energy waves that ripple through your entire being. When you speak to yourself, you're not just making noise, you're programming your future. What I'm about to share isn't merely a list of statements. It's a system of transformation. Instead of saying, I'm trying to succeed, you must declare, success is drawn to me effortlessly. Do you see the difference? The first statement suggests struggle. The second declares inevitability. Your mind responds to the energy of certainty. When you wake up in the morning, don't just say, I can do this. Say, I am built for greatness, engineered for achievement, destined for excellence. Your mind doesn't just hear these words, it creates reality around them. Each syllable is constructing new neural connections in your brain. How do you reframe negative self-talk? When your mind whispers, I'm not ready, instantly transform it into, I am evolving into my full potential with each passing moment. When it murmurs, I'm afraid, respond with, I am becoming more courageous with every breath. Notice how we're not combating the negative thought. We're transmuting its energy. You must grasp that this isn't about denying your present reality. It's about speaking your desired reality into existence. When you affirm, I am expanding into greater wealth every day, you're not misleading yourself. You're providing your subconscious mind with a direction to follow. You're forging a path for prosperity to flow. Here's a power phrase I want you to use every time doubt attempts to creep in. I am the architect of my circumstances, not a prisoner of them. Say it with conviction. Feel the strength within those words. Your mind is already beginning to carve new pathways simply by absorbing them every time you look in the mirror. I want you to say, I am growing stronger every day. Let every fiber of your existence resonate with the truth of those words. Your body does not differentiate between what is real and what is vivid imagined when obstacles arise. And your new response must be, this is happening for my evolution, not against me. Feel the shift in energy. One perspective keeps you powerless, the other makes you powerful. Your mind will always move in the direction of your most dominant thoughts. Before you sleep, declares, I rest, my mind is restructuring itself for greater success. Your subconscious mind works tirelessly through the night, and these words serve as its directives. You are quite literally programming your brain for victory, even as you sleep. And when setbacks occur, because every journey has them, your new phrase must be, this is not a failure. This is feedback for my expansion. Recognize how this language unlocks new possibilities instead of imposing limitations. It opens doors in your mind rather than sealing them. These words must be uttered with absolute certainty. Half-hearted affirmations generate half-hearted results. When you state, I am becoming unstoppable, Say it as if you are proclaiming the most undeniable truth in existence, because in reality, that is exactly what you are doing. Understand something profound about the language of triumph. It's not just about the words you speak, it's about the energy behind them. When you declare, I am worthy of extraordinary success, your entire nervous system should vibrate with the authenticity of those words. That sensation is your very cells realigning themselves to match your new reality. As we delve into the practical application of these principles, I will show you precisely how to structure your day to optimize the impact of these words, because timing is everything. There are key moments when your mind is most receptive to this new programming, and that is exactly what we will explore next. Can you feel the shift already taking place? Are you sensing the doors of possibilities swinging open within your consciousness? Because what follows will show you how to integrate these transformative words seamlessly into your daily routine in a way that makes evolution not just likely, but inevitable. The moment you awaken before your feet even touch the floor, recognize this: those first moments will shape your entire day.